Over the past few centuries, the relationship between Pakistan and India has been marked by tension and complexity. These two South Asian nations frequently find themselves entangled in violent conflicts stemming from religious differences and border disputes, consistently posing a persistent threat to regional peace. More recently, a significant armed conflict erupted in the Kashmir region, drawing not only international concern, but also raising alarm in China. China plays a crucial role in Pakistan's development as an important member of the Belt and Road Initiative. Pakistan has received substantial investment, totaling over $60 billion from China since its participation in the initiative. A prominent example of this collaboration is the Gwadar Port, which China has built and leased for its own use. This strategic port represents the culmination of 14 years of hard work and billions of dollars in investment. The significance of Gwadar Port to China is multifaceted. It serves as a linchpin in the Belt and Road Initiative, facilitating trade and connectivity between China and the rest of the world. It provides China with a critical maritime access point to the Arabian Sea, offering a shorter and more efficient route for shipping goods to and from the Middle East, Africa, and Europe. Gwadar Port's importance to China's economic interests cannot be overstated. To safeguard Gwadar Port's security, China has reached an agreement with the Pakistani government to swiftly deploy 5,200 workers to construct fences and security facilities aimed at preventing potential sabotage. However, India has raised objections to this action. They have expressed concerns about China's intentions, suspecting that China may aim to convert Gwadar Port into a fortified facility, which some fear could be used for strategic purposes beyond economic trade. Additionally, India perceives the Chinese construction of a port in Pakistan as a potential threat to the broader security dynamics of South Asia. The dispute surrounding Gwadar Port exemplifies the intricate geopolitical rivalries in the region and underscores the importance of this vital infrastructure project to both China and the regional balance of power. Gwadar Port, as one of China's pivotal overseas ports, has consistently faced significant security threats since its inception. Two notable attacks have punctuated its history. On December 14th of the previous year, a fire engulfed Gwadar Port, purportedly stemming from a terrorist assault, resulting in the destruction of at least 25% of the port's oil reserves. The conflagration also consumed numerous oil depots, tankers, and even a Pakistan Navy warship. Then, on August 13, 2023, Gwadar Port endured another harrowing assault, characterized by multiple terrorists targeting areas in proximity to the port. Subsequent investigations revealed that the attackers had a clear focus on Chinese engineers. Thankfully, due to the protection offered by the Pakistani military, the Chinese engineers remained unharmed during this incident. The persistent targeting of Gwadar Port by attacks and acts of sabotage is rooted in the presence of the Baloch Liberation Army, an active insurgent group operating in the local area. From my understanding, this organization may have received financial support from India and the United States. Their primary objectives revolve around endangering Chinese citizens and disrupting Chinese overseas projects. It is essential to note, however, that Indian media has reported that the Gwadar Port attack was, in fact, a fire triggered by a generator mishap, dismissing the involvement of the Baloch Liberation Army. Regarding the accusations against the Baloch Liberation Army, India contends that there is no conclusive evidence or official public acknowledgement to support these claims. They perceive these accusations as a tactic employed by Pakistan to divert attention and mitigate criticism both domestically and internationally. Given the recurring attacks, both China and Pakistan have recognized the imperative need to enhance port security. In August of the preceding year, the two nations reached a successful agreement to allocate $8 million in funding and assistance for the construction of protective fencing around the port, fortifying its security measures. According to the engineering blueprint, the project aims to erect a formidable security fence, approximately 3 meters in height. This fence will commence from Pukan village on the western outskirts of Gwadar city and extend along the coastal road, ultimately reaching near Gwadar Port. China has deployed a workforce of 5,200 construction personnel, tasked with setting up a dual-layer fence equipped with barbed wire, strategically covering key areas within the Gwadar Port City construction zone. Based on the current construction pace, it is anticipated that this safety fence project will be completed within a span of 2 months. Upon completion, it will span an expansive area of 60 square kilometers. To bolster security, approximately 600 surveillance monitors will be installed along the route, while 3 to 4 entry and exit points will be designated to facilitate the movement of local residents and construction workers. From the perspective of both China and Pakistan, this project promises multiple benefits, including enhancing the security of Gwadar Port City, safeguarding the lives and property of its residents, and contributing to the broader development of the Pakistani economy. However, India holds a divergent view, viewing this initiative as a significant threat. To my knowledge, since China commenced its investments and participation in the construction of Gwadar Port, various segments of the Indian media have been critical, contending that this is part of a larger conspiracy to transform Gwadar city into an open prison. Moreover, since 2017, local illegal militant groups have persistently targeted workers involved in the Gwadar Port construction project. These attacks have been seen as attempts to disrupt China's construction efforts in Gwadar Port City, resulting in numerous casualties. This has added to the contentious nature of the project. So why do India and certain Western countries oppose China's Gwadar Port project? In the modern world of trade, the Strait of Malacca is a pivotal trade route. This waterway stands as one of the busiest shipping lanes globally, connecting the Pacific to the Indian Ocean and serving as a conduit for maritime trade between Asia, Africa, and Europe. Thousands of merchant and cargo vessels traverse these waters annually, rendering the smooth flow of the Malacca Strait imperative. Port cities in various countries and regions depend on the unimpeded passage through this vital trade channel, further intensifying the geopolitical and economic significance of the Gwadar Port project. Nonetheless, this critical transportation route is predominantly under the watchful gaze of India and the United States. In the event of a conflict between China and either of these two nations, there exists the possibility that they might obstruct the Strait of Malacca. Such an obstruction could have severe repercussions for China, leading to the disruption of around 70% of its energy imports and more than 40% of its trade. Recognizing the vulnerability tied to this dependence on the Malacca Strait, China and Pakistan initiated the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor in 2013, a comprehensive economic cooperation plan. This visionary initiative aspired to connect China's Xinjiang region with various provinces in Pakistan through extensive infrastructure improvements and the development of economic corridors. This collaborative venture spans a multitude of sectors, encompassing infrastructure construction, energy, transportation, information technology, agriculture, culture, and industry. In the context of the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor project, Gwadar Port in Pakistan holds a position of paramount importance. To catalyze the progress of this corridor, both nations inked a 43-year lease agreement. Subsequently, China officially launched the Gwadar Port project along Pakistan's coastline in 2015, committing an investment of 33.7 billion yuan to expand and construct the port. However, the construction journey of this port was marked by significant challenges. India and the United States, at that juncture, even sponsored numerous demonstrations aimed at disrupting Gwadar Port's construction. Thankfully, China and Pakistan persevered through these trials, ultimately succeeding in completing the expansion of the port. In November 2016, Gwadar Port was formally inaugurated, and it plays a pivotal role for both Pakistan and China. For Pakistan, this port has been a catalyst for substantial development. The construction and operation of Gwadar Port have attracted over $30 billion in Chinese investment. Simultaneously, the port's presence has been a driving force behind the growth of Gwadar City. The city aims to harness the opportunities offered by Gwadar Port, striving to evolve into a world-class international port city. Preliminary planning indicates that by 2050, Gwadar is poised to emerge as a thriving city with a population exceeding 2 million and an annual GDP of $3 billion. For China, the strategic importance of Gwadar Port has been on the rise. Situated in the Balochistan province of southwestern Pakistan, this port boasts a strategic location along the Arabian Sea, positioned a mere 120 kilometers from Iran. This geographical advantage enables Gwadar Port to connect with Kashmir and Xinjiang, China, through Pakistan, eventually extending into China's interior. It's estimated that the distance from Gwadar Port to Xinjiang, China, is approximately 1,500 kilometers, whereas a voyage from the Indian Ocean to China through the Strait of Malacca spans over 3,500 kilometers. Consequently, Pakistan's Gwadar Port sea transportation route is approximately half the length of the overseas sea route, substantially reducing both time and cost for China's energy imports. With the port in operation, China stands to reduce its dependency on energy supplies from Western countries, predominantly led by the United States. Furthermore, it expands China's avenues for international connectivity and weakens the isolation that some Western countries have sought to impose. Presently, China and Pakistan are collaboratively ensuring the security of the port, and I firmly believe that they possess the requisite capabilities to guarantee its seamless operation. This venture will yield substantial value for both parties and create enduring opportunities for cooperation and mutual benefit.